Have your legs started feeling heavier than usual? Do simple things like walking across the room or standing for just a few minutes feel harder than they used to? Maybe your knees ache a little more than before. Or maybe the stairs feel longer, steeper. And maybe deep down you've wondered, is this just aging? Or is something else going on? You're not alone. Many people over 60 experience this slow, creeping weakness in their legs. It starts subtly, missing a step, a little wobble or soreness after standing too long. But over time, these small signs build into something much harder to ignore. And what most people don't realize is that it might not be aging at all. In fact, it could be the very things you're eating and even the vitamins you're taking, making your legs weaker. Yes, you heard that right. There are 2 vitamins that most seniors believe are helping their bodies, but could actually be silently sabotaging their legs. You might be taking them right now with good intentions, of course, thinking they're keeping your bones strong, your muscles fit, your joints healthy. But these 2 vitamins, when consumed the wrong way, can do the exact opposite. They can strip strength from your legs, leave your muscles shaky, and make every step more difficult. And that's not all. There's more to this picture. That's why I want to welcome you to Senior Tips, where we share life-saving information to help you stay strong, independent, and active well into your golden years. If you care about your health and your future, go ahead and subscribe. We're in this together. Now, if your legs have been feeling weaker lately, if you're noticing soreness after short walks or stiffness that won't go away, please stay with me because the answers you're looking for are closer than you think. You see, the human body, especially after 60, becomes incredibly sensitive to what we put in it. The food we eat and the supplements we take can either strengthen or sabotage us. And today, we're re-diving into the hidden dangers that may be draining your legs of their strength without you even realizing. Let's begin with something we all love: desserts. Yes, those sweet little pleasures that brighten our day. Cookies, cakes, pastries, that slice of pie after dinner. They may seem harmless, comforting even, but after 60, sugar becomes a silent enemy to your legs. You see, refined sugar creates inflammation in the body. That inflammation especially affects the joints and muscles, making them more sensitive, more painful, and more prone to weakness. And there's more. Sugar interferes with your body's ability to use insulin effectively. This means your muscles can't absorb glucose, their primary fuel, and without enough energy, muscles begin to weaken. That's when you start feeling more tired after walks, more sore after chores. It's not just aging, it's the sugar. Then comes the weight gain. Sugar adds pounds. And every extra pound puts more pressure on your joints, on your knees, your ankles, your hips. That pressure wears them down day after day, step after step. It's no wonder leg pain and fatigue become more common as sugar creeps into the daily diet. Even worse, sweet treats offer little to no real nutrition. They lack protein. They lack magnesium. They lack what your muscles truly need. What you get instead are empty calories that inflame and weaken your legs. That cookie, that slice of cake might be costing you strength you didn't know you were losing. But here's the good news. You don't have to give up dessert forever. You just need to choose better. Fresh fruit with a sprinkle of cinnamon, homemade oat-based treats, natural sweeteners. There are so many ways to satisfy a sweet tooth without sacrificing your legs. Next, let's talk about something many of us grew up loving: fried foods. Crispy, salty, golden, delicious. But after 60, fried foods can be one of the most damaging things for your muscles and joints. That satisfying crunch comes at a cost. Fried foods are full of saturated and trans fats, 2 of the biggest triggers of inflammation in the body. These fats stiffen your joints and inflame your muscles. They also slow down your blood flow. And when circulation is poor, your muscles don't get the oxygen and nutrients they need. That means more pain, more stiffness, and slower recovery after even the smallest amount of physical effort. Ever felt your legs feel heavier and more bloated after a fried meal? That's not your imagination. That's your body struggling to cope with what you just ate. And it's not just the fats. Fried foods also clog arteries, reduce blood flow to your legs, and rob your muscles of strength. And here's something most people forget. Fried foods have almost no nutritional value. No protein to repair muscles. No vitamins to support joints. Just fat, oil, and inflammation. It's time to make the switch. Bake your chicken instead of frying it. Use an air fryer. Choose grilled vegetables instead of battered sides. Little changes can make a huge difference in how your legs feel each day. Now, let's move on to something that sits on almost every breakfast table. White bread. It's soft, fluffy, and comforting. Toasted, buttered, or made into sandwiches. But white bread is made from refined flour that has been stripped of its nutrients and fiber. It's what we call a fast carb. It breaks down quickly into sugar and causes a spike in blood sugar levels. Then comes the crash. That sugar crash leaves your muscles starving for energy. Over time, it affects your insulin sensitivity, your energy stability, and your ability to maintain muscle mass. And because white bread is low in protein and nutrients, it does nothing to support your legs. In fact, it may be doing the opposite, contributing to fatigue, imbalance, and muscle loss. But here's the fix. Whole grain bread. Try oats, rye, sprouted grains. They release energy more slowly. They help stabilize your blood sugar. And when paired with healthy fats like avocado or protein like eggs, they become a real source of nourishment, not a source of strain. Now, this next one might surprise you. Alcohol. A glass of wine, a beer with dinner, a celebration toast. Harmless, right? But for people over 60, alcohol affects the body differently. Your liver processes it more slowly, and the effects linger longer. Alcohol interferes with your ability to absorb essential nutrients like calcium, magnesium, and vitamin D. These are the building blocks of strong bones and healthy muscles. Without them, your legs suffer. You might feel sore longer, take more time to recover from activity, or experience more cramps, more stiffness, more fatigue. Alcohol also dehydrates the body, which tightens muscles and makes injuries more likely. And on top of that, it adds empty calories. Calories that often go straight to the belly and thighs, increasing the load on your lower body. Have you ever woken up after drinking and felt extra tired or achy the next day? That's no coincidence. That's your body asking for a break. The solution? You don't have to give it up entirely. Just be mindful, drink less often, hydrate more, and explore delicious non-alcoholic alternatives. So far, we've uncovered 4 major culprits: sugar, fried foods, white bread, and alcohol. And you might already be connecting the dots. The foods you once saw as harmless might actually be causing your legs to feel heavy, sore, or unstable. But we're not done. There are more everyday foods that weaken your muscles. And most shocking of all, we haven't even touched on the 2 vitamins. Yes, vitamins that may be quietly draining your strength. They're coming very soon. And when I reveal them, you may want to head straight to your medicine cabinet. Stay with me. This could change the way you move, feel, and live starting today. Now, let's continue peeling back the curtain. Because we're only getting started, there are other foods. Common everyday staples that might be sitting in your pantry or refrigerator. Right now, foods that seem innocent enough, maybe even convenient, but that slowly erode the strength in your legs over time. Let's talk about something many people rely on for convenience: processed meats. Sausage, bacon, ham, hot dogs, deli meats. They're easy to cook, they're tasty, and they last longer than fresh cuts. But that convenience comes at a steep cost. These meats are packed with sodium and preservatives, especially nitrates and nitrites, which are known to cause chronic inflammation. That inflammation doesn't just float around harmlessly. It settles in your joints, it tightens your muscles, and it stiffens your movement. Ever wake up with aching legs or stiff knees that take a few minutes to warm up? That may not be just age. It could be your breakfast sausage talking. Processed meats are also full of saturated fats, which clog arteries and reduce blood flow to your legs. And where there's poor circulation, there's poor muscle function. Your legs don't get the nutrients or oxygen they need to stay strong and bounce back. Over time, this leads to slow muscle loss, joint deterioration, and eventually a loss of independence. But you're not helpless. You can make the swap. Choose lean, fresh proteins like grilled chicken, turkey, fish, or eggs. These give your muscles what they need without the inflammation, without the damage. Let's move to something that might seem innocent: instant noodles. They're quick, cheap, easy to make, but they are also nutritional disasters. Instant noodles are made from refined flour, soaked in preservatives and flavor enhancers, like monosodium glutamate, or MSG. And just one bowl can pack more than half of your daily sodium limit. That sodium causes fluid retention, leading to swelling in the legs, puffy ankles, heavier thighs. You know the feeling. And MSG, it doesn't just enhance flavor. It interferes with your nervous system, causing fatigue, cramps, and in some cases, tingling or numbness in your limbs. These aren't just side effects. They're signals that your legs are being robbed of vitality. And here's the harsh truth. Noodles like these offer almost no fiber, no protein, and no valuable micronutrients. That means your muscles are running on fumes while your body struggles to deal with the chemical overload. So next time you're tempted by convenience, consider this. Real food heals. Fast food harms. Now let's talk about something that smells like childhood and tastes like celebration: store-bought cakes. Packaged, pre-sliced, beautifully frosted cakes. But underneath that sugary smile lies a dangerous mix: refined sugar, hydrogenated oils, and artificial preservatives. These cakes spike your blood sugar, inflame your tissues, and fill your muscles with fatigue instead of fuel. One ingredient in particular, trans fat, is used to keep those cakes fresh on the shelf. But inside your body, it's doing the opposite. It hardens arteries, limits blood flow, and causes stiffness in your legs. Over time, this contributes to serious mobility loss. And there's more. Artificial dyes and emulsifiers that don't just make food colorful and smooth. They confuse your immune system and spark inflammation, especially in the joints. Your legs pay the price, but you don't have to give up sweet moments. You can recreate those memories with real ingredients: whole grain flours, fruit-based sweeteners, healthy fats like olive oil or avocado oil. A slice of homemade goodness can nourish your soul and your legs. Speaking of sneaky ingredients, let's talk about ultra-processed cheese. That gooey, melty, pre-packaged slice on your sandwich, or that cheese spread in a jar, may seem harmless. But they're often loaded with sodium, saturated fats, and additives like phosphates that interfere with mineral absorption. Your body depends on minerals like calcium and magnesium to keep muscles flexible and strong. But these additives block absorption, causing cramps, spasms, and sugars, artificial flavors, and saturated fats. It tastes like joy, but it moves like poison. These sugars create a roller coaster in your blood sugar levels, leaving your muscles tired and underfueled. The fats clog your arteries, and the additives ramp up inflammation in your legs. Over time, you may notice tingling, numbness, or cramps after eating certain treats. That's not coincidence. That's consequence. Your body needs foods that fuel it, not confuse it. Now, let's address that. Look for dark chocolate with high cocoa content. In moderation, it can actually help your circulation and reduce inflammation. Yes, chocolate can still be part of your life if you choose wisely. Next, let's look inside your pantry again. Canned foods. Whether it's canned soup, canned meats, or even canned vegetables, the problem isn't always the food itself. It's what's added to keep it preserved. Sodium, benzoates, nitrates. All of these contribute to inflammation, swelling, and fuel for the road ahead. We're almost there. Let's talk about something that hides in many snack cabinets: filled cookies and industrial snacks. They may seem small, harmless, but these treats are often filled with trans fats, artificial dyes, preservatives, and flavor enhancers, all of which create inflammation and disrupt your body's ability to circulate blood and absorb nutrients. The result: muscles that don't get the oxygen they need, joints that ache, and legs that can no longer carry your brain, affecting how your muscles contract and relax. It also fuels inflammation and disrupts your energy metabolism. If you're experiencing twitching, stiffness, or that shaky feeling in your legs, MSG might be part of the reason. Now, you've stayed with me through all of this. You've looked at your diet with new eyes. You've probably identified some culprits, maybe even had a few moments. But now, it's time to talk about something even more surprising: 2 vitamins. Yes, vitamins. Now it's time to talk about what most people least expect: vitamins. Yes, vitamins. They're supposed to be good for us, right? We take them to protect our bones, support our eyes, strengthen our immunity, and fill in nutritional gaps. But here's the truth. Some vitamins, when taken in excess or without proper balance, can actually do more harm than good, especially after 60. And the first culprit is vitamin A. You might be surprised. Vitamin A is essential for vision, immune function, and skin health. It often begins deep within the muscle tissue, triggered by excess vitamin A stored in the liver. It creates a chain reaction, disrupting your body's ability to absorb other essential nutrients like magnesium and calcium, both of which are critical for muscle contraction and strength. Without magnesium, your muscles don't relax properly. Without calcium, they don't contract efficiently. The result: cramps, fatigue, that shaky feeling in your legs when you stand too long. And to make matters worse, without knowing it, now here's the important part. Your body stores vitamin A in the liver, so even if you stop taking it today, the effects may linger for weeks or months. That's why it's so important to take only what you need and to get most of your vitamin A from natural sources like sweet potatoes, carrots, spinach, and eggs. Whole foods give your body what it needs without overwhelming it. So, if you've been feeling unexplained muscle aches or persistent leg weakness, take a look if it's taken in high doses over a long period of time. Vitamin E is fat-soluble, meaning it's stored in your body's fat tissues, not flushed out daily like water-soluble vitamins. And when it builds up, it can interfere with blood clotting, affect muscle repair, and weaken your body's ability to recover from physical effort. One of the most concerning effects: impaired muscle strength and increased risk of falls. That's right. Research shows that excess vitamin E supplementation can reduce muscle strength. It's higher than what your body actually needs. When taken daily for months or years, the vitamin starts working against you, not for you, and the symptoms are sneaky. You might feel a little more tired after walking. You might notice your legs feeling less steady. You might feel more sore after mild activity, and you might chalk it up to age, not realizing that your well-meaning supplement could be slowly draining your mobility. So, what should you do? If you're taking vitamin E, consult your doctor about the appropriate dosage for your specific needs, and consider getting more vitamin E from foods like nuts, seeds, and leafy green vegetables. These are silent threats to your strength, your balance, and your independence. Now, you may be wondering, what's the takeaway here? Let me break it down. Your leg weakness isn't always just age. It's often the result of inflammation, poor circulation, imbalanced nutrition, and oversupplementation. The foods we eat and the pills we pop shape how we feel, how we move, and how we age. So here's what I encourage you to do today. Look at your supplement labels. Cut back on high-dose synthetic vitamins. Share this information with someone you care about. And if you haven't already, subscribe to our channel, Senior Tips, for more practical, science-backed tips to help you stay strong, healthy, and independent at every stage of life. Your legs are more than limbs. They are your freedom, your foundation, and your future. Take care of them, and they'll carry you far. So, let's take a moment and breathe. What have we really uncovered today? You now know that leg weakness after 60 is not just a normal part of aging. Its excess builds up silently in the body, triggering muscle inflammation, cramps, and fatigue. Vitamin E, when oversupplemented, interferes with muscle performance, recovery, and even balance. Both are essential in the right amounts. Both become dangerous when taken too far. This is not about fear. It's about awareness. It's about giving you the power to make informed choices that protect your body and your independence. So what now? What should you do if you've seen yourself in this story? Packaged cakes? Are there processed meats or flavored snacks packed with MSG? You don't have to throw everything out today. Just begin. Start replacing the worst offenders with real, whole foods. Choose foods that calm inflammation, not fuel it. Foods that build muscle, not break it down. Foods that support circulation, energy, and healing, because your legs deserve more. They deserve to feel light, strong, capable, and pain-free. Imagine what your days would feel like if you'll grow stronger, even now. Because it can. We see it every day in this community. People over 60, 70, even 80, reversing weakness, regaining strength, rediscovering independence, not with magic, not with expensive treatments, but with knowledge, intention, and a willingness to try. So if this message spoke to you, share it. Someone in your life may be wondering why their legs ache, why they feel tired, why they've lost that spring in their step. This video might be the answer. Strengthen them and walk forward into the next chapter with confidence, with courage, and with care. Remember, this journey doesn't demand huge or sudden changes. It's the small, consistent adjustments each day in your food choices, in reconsidering your supplements, and in listening to your body that truly make the difference. Never think it's too late to start. The potential strength within you is always there, waiting to be awakened. Imagine a tomorrow where each step is not a burden, but a joy of discovery. When you can freely climb a few stairs without hesitation, stroll in the park, or play with your grandchildren with strong, energetic legs. This isn't a distant dream, but a completely achievable reality when you equip yourself with the right knowledge and strong determination. Change begins with your meals, with the vitamins you choose, and with your very own self-awareness in taking care of yourself. Senior Tips will always accompany you on this path, providing valuable information and practical advice. Keep following, keep learning, and most importantly, keep taking action. Every small decision towards health today is a priceless investment for the golden, independent, and happy years ahead. These legs are yours, this health is yours, and this future is entirely in your hands. Embrace it, cherish it, and live life to the fullest.